Yeah, I've been hearing that. Is that the biggest difference probably
That's
between last year and this year? Is that you guys just had the depth?
Yeah, last year we were young, and then the guys behind us were younger. So it's like, you know, like now we just got that confidence, like, oh, like somebody goes down, we got somebody that can come and fill in just how the one is filling in.
Do you think that's what was a major difference in maybe some of those games where you had a couple lulls in certain quarters or whatever?
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, we just going in. Like, now we just know we just got depth. Like, we just got, like, if somebody's tired, we know we got somebody that can fill in.
How hard was it to know that you guys had the #1 pass defense in the country? You did a lot of things really, really well. Mm-hmm. When people nitpick and they go back, they go and they look at you and Tyree and say you guys could have been better. How hard was that as a first-year starter to hear some of those things that you go through it?
I mean,
and then now, how is it?
It wasn't hard. Like, that's football. Like, there's always something you can improve on. That's one of the things I could have improved on. So I'm just going into, like, I'm a junior. Like, I got time. Like, I went into the spring, like, all right, like, man coverage was one of my weaknesses, so I'm going to go in, make sure it's not a weakness anymore.
Can you feel the difference in how you prepared this year as opposed to last year?
Yeah. Last year it was more of a confidence thing, like more of a, like, all right, like, you're a starter now. Like, you have to, like, be a starter. You have to be one of those guys, like, people you depend on. It wasn't as, like, I wasn't as focused on technique. I was just focused on making sure, like, I'm just good. Like, all right, I'm a starter. Like, I got to get the job done. So, like, now going in, like having that confidence, like, all right, I know how it feels to play in a big game. I know how it feels to be under pressure. Like, I know how it feels to be tired and still playing. So now I just get my technique right, make it muscle memory.
So it was a lot of it like just don't screw up last year? Was that?
Yeah, like, you know, he's a little more passive than I usually would like to play. But I feel like going into this year, like, I'm ready to go full force.
How nice is it to have a guy like Vert as one of your true cover corners?
Oh, it's amazing, you know, like having Vert, having D-Lo, having most of our corners really, you know, they out there in man coverage every play, you know, they gonna handle their own. So, like, having a guy like Vert, you just know as a safety, you could play harder in the run, or you can play harder to help somebody else on the defense who's not as good as covering as Vert, because you know Vert gonna come to the table and bring everything you got.
You think opposition is they sort of look at him and they're like, oh, we can get away with some stuff, and he sort of shocks them, and do you see him?
There's Vert. Like, just no.
What makes Vert?
It's just his personality, you know. He's a real competitive guy. Like, people might not see it, but Vert, like, he's real competitive. He's real nitpicky. Like, he'll make a good play, come back to sound like, damn, like, I messed up on this. Like, I need to get that better. Like, I need to do this. I need to do that. So, like, Vert real competitive. He real nitpicky by himself. So, like, he holds himself to a real high standard.
Does he like to chat out there a little bit?
Yeah.
You guys like to chat?
That's one thing on the defense. You know, we play a real aggressive defense, and we just like talking. Like, just helps us focus.
Who's the biggest? Who likes to talk the most?
I think me and Rashawn, we talk a lot, and Chase too. Chase talks a lot.
Chase is a good one.
How much does it help the defense to go up against 3 or 4 different quarterbacks every practice?
Our quarterback's amazing, great competition we got right now, and they're all just athletes. They all bring something different to the table. They all got good arms. They're all athletes. They all can scramble out the pocket. So playing against 4 different quarterbacks who just, like, you don't know what's coming. So, like, it just keeps you on your toes. You know, you going into the season, you play against different quarterbacks every week. So I just feel like that's a good thing to get used to, just going against different type of good quarterbacks. Receiver, I like Nico Collins and Grant Perry. I like what they bring to the table. You know, it's Nico's second year, and I just feel like he's bringing a lot to the table. He's a real tall guy, and he uses his size and weight to, you know, be a receiver. And Grant Perry, you know, I'm pretty sure it's his 5th year or his senior year. And Grant Perry, like, you can just tell he's an experienced guy. He knows the mistakes he made. He capitalizes on it. He, like, reads defenses really well while he runs his route. So I just think those 2 guys are really standing out as a receiver right now.
Coach Brown said he was going to do some things to help the safeties in coverage. Have you seen some of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a thing, like, it's just playing defense better. It's not like, oh, like, safeties are our weak spot. Like, we just went in the spring working on coverage techniques. So, like, I just feel like Coach Brown more helping safeties as, like, just putting more time in the covering and stuff like that.
You mentioned the depth at safety being a difference this year. What sticks out to you about some of the younger guys on your position group?
I just like the way they're attacking every day. Like, you can tell, like, they come in, they know, like, all right, somebody goes down, they got to be the next man up. So they're attacking every day like they're the starter. So you see them go out there, they're communicating just like us. They're just following in our footsteps. Like, they know if they do what we do, they could be just like us or even better. So, like, I just like the way they attack every day, every meeting, asking questions. They just want to be better.
How have you seen Jay?
How much How much of Coach Brown's message with man-to-man is we're not changing, you're going to have to learn it, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to help you with zone.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll sprinkle it in, but you have to learn it because that's what we do.
Yeah, like we aggressive defense. We like putting pressure on the quarterback. So like it's not a lot of much changing we can do unless we change up the whole defense. So it's either you know it or you don't play. And we just got to learn it on the run.
Since he became a safety full-time again, what have you seen from Jalen Kelly-Powell, and how has he grown since he's been dedicated?
Jalen a real smart guy, real quick guy. So Jalen rotates back and forth, and he just knows the defense well. He knows what offenses like to run, so you could see his smart football plays coming to action. Like he's just a real smart football player. He knows where to be. So I feel like Jalen is taking steps up.
Do you feel like he's more of an asset to you guys there at the safety position? Or?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the guys behind me and Tyree are a real asset because I feel like I got faith in them. Like if I'm hurting on the field, if I'm tired, I could call one of them in and they'll come and do the job right.
Have you added weight in the offseason? A lot of these guys have added a lot.
Yeah, I was last season almost 200, 199. Right now I'm 212.
How much has Coach Herbert had an impact on you?
It's just Coach Herbert real good strength and conditioning coach. He focuses on a lot of the little things that you need to focus on. So a lot of the muscles you really don't focus on, we focus on. So I feel like as a team it just made all of us bigger, and they stress a lot of nutrition, a lot of protein, getting your body right, getting your rest. So I feel like he's a good addition to the team.
All right, guys, we got to move Josh out.
Thanks.